I speak Giza very best. Uh, okay, hold on. So now I think I'm live on the red. And how's everyone doing? Oh, okay, hold on. How are you guys doing? Hold on. Okay. So I'm gonna buy. I wanna buy a new mic, but I asked about the price of a few mics, and they cost a lot of money. Bro, stay away from me and everything that belongs to me. I don't want you to show up at any of my parties, any of my celebrations. I don't want you there. You're the last person that I want to be there. آه، مع this live is gonna be in English. فشباب اللايف ده انجليزي. اللايفات اللي بيبقى الاسم اللايف بالانجليزي بيبقى اللايف بالانجليزي. اللايفات اللي بيبقى اسم اللايف بالعربي بيبقى اللايف بالعربي. this live is gonna be English only. and if you لو انت مش لو انت ما يعني مش فاهم انجليزي فاللايف ده مش بتاعك. Okay. And that live is gonna be for people who can understand a little bit of English, and then we're gonna help them understand more English. Okay, so last time we talked. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Kahraba. I go to school by bus, and I go to home by foot to save money. So I go to school by bus, and then on the way back home, I ride my foot. Yeah, this is English was Kahraba, and I named it Wiz because I'm trying to be cool, but I know I'm not cool, but I try to. And um, we have done a few lives so far, some in English, some in Arabic. So this is um, in line with the English lives that we have done in the past. I think we've talked about daily routine. We have talked about cooking, and I think we've talked about house chores. And this one is going to be about shopping at the mall, because we could talk about shopping at the supermarket, but this one is going to be the mall, and we'll try to cover the supermarket along the way. And I spent like 50,000 Egyptian pounds. Brother, you're trying to cause me a heart attack, but I'm not gonna have one. uh, maybe rich Wahbi and buy all of the things or all things in the world. So, Amula, thank you. How's your day? So I've Lino, how are you? Let me pull up. And thank you for joining my team. My team is growing bigger because of you guys. Okay. So, what's your favorite mall? Oh, well, actually, this is too personal. Um, yeah. But anyways, like, yeah, I'm not gonna ask that question because I'm not gonna answer it personally. I'm not gonna say what's my favorite mall. And so let me ask a different question. How often do you guys go to the mall, shopping or just walking around? What? How often do you go to the mall? How often do you spend 50,000. ماشي ربنا يسامحك. How often do you go to the mall? Yeah, and spend 50,000 Egyptian pounds on stuff that you're not gonna use. I I once a year maybe. I think so. Yeah, I think I'm the same. I go to the mall like once a year, twice a year, and not for shopping. I've have I ever shopped at a mall before? Let me think about it. I might have shopped once or twice, but yeah, I rarely shop at the mall. If I wanna buy something, I go to like a street market, the local market. But I've never thought about, I think I believe that prices at the mall are more expensive than prices outside the mall. So I tend to shop outside the mall to buy cheaper um, items. Thank you, Lena. So the first word is shopping center or the mall. You can either say like the mall or I go to Ataba. Yeah, I go to Ataba. Yeah, I think so. I'm not gonna shy away from 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 saying where I shop. So I shop in local areas. I don't shop in highfalutin expensive areas because shopping is about getting the best. So like shopping is about getting the best um, items for the cheapest or the lowest price. So it's the best thing that you can buy with the lowest amount of money that you can pay. I think this is the formula of a successful shopping. So what about you, brother Wahbi? What's your formula for successful shopping? And what about you guys? Lino, Amula, and everybody else. How often do you guys go shopping? Once a month? Ah, it's getting cold. Okay, so you, it's gonna be you, me and you. And, I feel like this is an insult. ماشي. Um, I think I don't go to the mall to shop for anything. I go to the mall to hang out with friends, or sometimes I go to the mall to eat at the food court. And this is another word. So eating at like the food court. So when you go to the mall, there's a place where there are restaurants, and that place which has um, a lot of restaurants is called a food court. لا احنا عايزين بقى تفاعل. We need some interactions. We don't want dead people in the live. Lino, you can say I don't go shopping unless I need something or I need to buy something. So I don't go shopping unless, and then use that conjunctive word. Uh, ماشي. Because I didn't. Anyways. Alright, what can we do at the mall? What can you guys do at the mall? You can eat at the mall in the food court, for example. So I eat at the food court. So the food court is a place where you can go sit down and order something to eat. Another, good job, Elena. صح. Another place at the mall that you guys can go to and buy clothes, for example, is called, either you can say clothes shop, we a clothes shop, or you can say department store. So department store ده تلاقيه زي like a big shop or a big store with different sections in it, like a clothes section, appliances section, some other sections there. But a clothes shop will be like just for clothes. A clothes shop will be a store that sells clothes only. So at the mall you can find a department store. So this is like a big store with different sub-stores or like sections in it. Or you can go to a specific store at the mall. For example, like a clothes store, a clothes shop. You can go to a gift shop. So a gift shop, if you want to buy a gift for a friend, you can go to a gift shop. For example, I went to the mall, or I went to the gift shop to buy a watch for a friend for his birthday, for example. So far we have the shopping mall, and within the shopping mall we have the food court. The food court is a place that has multiple restaurants, not just one restaurant, and usually it's an open area with chairs and tables for people to order food from the restaurants and sit down and eat. And then you can have like a very big store with different departments in a store. So we call it a department store because it has different departments or different sections. One for clothes, one for shoes, one for like makeup or some other sold items. We can also go to a specific store. Is it food court? Yes. Court like the court like محكمة. Same court. We can go to food court. We can go to what else? Stores, food court. Hold on, let me look at the vocabulary. We can go to so the shopping mall might have a supermarket. So you can go to the supermarket within the shopping mall. And you can buy food from the supermarket. You can buy grocery, or you can buy. There are some shopping malls. Wait, hold on, let me think about a shopping mall. Yeah, there are shopping malls where they have like supermarkets. You can also go to like a cafe within the shopping mall. So within the shopping mall, you can have a cafe where you sit down and order coffee, some other drink. Hold on, let me. What are all of the stores or shops that we can find at the shopping mall? Okay, nice. Alright, so we have the department store, and we have shoe stores. So the shoe stores, a store that sells shoes. So it's very specific. It sells shoes only. For example, what are some shoes? No, I can't think of any shoe stores. Okay, you can also go to a jewelry shop or store. So a jewelry store is a store that sells jewelry, like bracelets, rings, necklaces. So those are called jewelry or jewelry items. So the jewelry store is a store that sells jewelry. Earrings, for example. You can also go to a cosmetic or beauty store within the shopping mall. You can go to a cosmetic or a beauty store, and there you can buy makeup and different makeup products. So what's your favorite store at the shopping mall? You guys go ahead and answer. Abu Dahr, what's your favorite store at the shopping mall? clothes store for me. Okay. Lino, what's your favorite store? Amula, what's your favorite store? Abu Dhahr. So you have a department store, shoe store. I don't like shopping. Okay, but if you go shopping, English. It's English. I'm أشرح English. Uh, but if you go to the shopping mall, which store would you like to go and check out? We said jewelry stores. You can also bookstore for. Oh, okay, nice. That's another one. So you can go to a bookstore within the mall to buy books, for example. So you go to a bookstore to buy books, magazines, and other written materials. Okay, so far we have a department store, we have an apparel store. So, by the way, an apparel store is a store that sells clothes, and a store that sells shoes, and we have the jewelry store that sells jewelry, like rings and earrings, necklaces, bracelets, anklets, and we have a cosmetic and beauty store that sells cosmetics and beauty items or products. And then we also have the perfume store. So the perfume store that sells perfumes, like, the scent, or deodorants and all that stuff. You can buy them from a perfume shop or store. You can also go to an electronics store to buy anything that is electronic. For example, phones, I think, would be electronic, computers, or like desktops and PCs. Those are desktops or laptops. Those are electronics. Bookstores, toy stores, theater, checking on. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the movie theater. So you can also go to a toy store. A toy store is a place or a store within a mall that sells toys for kids or for adults. I mean, if you're into toys, and yeah, so toy stores where you can buy toys. You also have like Nike. So Nike is called sporting goods stores. Sporting goods like items, or yeah, items. Store, shop. You can go to a sporting, and this is the place where I like to go. Uh, in the mall, I like to go to the sporting goods store and check out the latest soccer shoes or soccer cleats. Uh, and the movie theater. Some malls, and I think like a lot of malls, uh, have movie theaters, so you can also go to watch a movie at the mall or in the mall. I think it's in the mall. Yeah. Also, some malls have drugstores. So a drugstore is a place where you can buy drugs like medicine, things that you take or consume to take to feel better. Uh, what else? Candy store. Candy store is a store that sells candies. A stationery store. That's a good one. So a stationery store is a place that we usually in Arabic call it library, but it's not a library. So a library is a place where you go and sit down and read books or borrow books, all that stuff. But a stationery store is a place where you go and buy supplies which are related to studying. قرطاسية لا بص مش عارف ايه قرطاسية بس it's a store that sells items related to studying. For example, bookmarks, pens, pens, pencils, erasers, all the stuff. You can buy them from a stationery store. And a gift shop is a shop that sells gifts. Some malls and like fancy malls have salons. They could have like a hair salon, a nail salon. So it's a place. A salon is a place where you go and you get a part of your body treated. For example, your nails. So it's a nail salon, or it could be your hair. So it's a hair salon. Oh, and some malls, and I like that part of the mall as well. Some malls have arcades or an arcade. An arcade, عارفين انتوا اللي هو الفيديو games like the games where they're very like physical. Like you go, like you ride a semi bike or something. You hold a semi weapon, all that stuff, and or you play air hockey. You can play on the trampoline. You can jump on the trampoline. You can also like shoot hoops or whatever, like whatever the games that the arcade. The place itself is called an arcade. Cafes, arcades, movie theaters, fitness center. This is very fancy. This is like you wouldn't find that in a lot of malls unless the mall is very very large, and then you would find a fitness center. That's like a gym, like a fancy gym. The last one, I don't know if it's the last one or not. Let's talk about trip to zoo. Let's do that next time because I haven't prepared for that. I mean, I don't prepare much when I go live, but let's do that next time. We have a pet store or a pet supply store. So a pet supply store is where you go, you buy dry food for your pet. You buy like items for your pet. You can buy cages or like toys for your cat or dog. So those are called pet stores or pet supply stores. هلا بالشباب. So what's your favorite? Okay. What's your favorite store? Or which store would you like to go to? Okay, so far we talked about. Hold on, let me recap. A department store, an apparel boutique or store for clothes, a shoe store, accessory store or accessory shop. So an accessory shop is it's not the same as a jewelry store, because jewelry store usually sells like um, golden items or silver items, but an accessory store would sell like fake golden items or like very cheap items. Uh, and then jewelry store where you can buy golden items, rings, necklaces, chains. Cosmetics and beauty stores. Man, you're weird. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. And here is a mute. Hardware store are every family man's heaven. Hardware store is like wait, you mean warehouse? It's like a warehouse where you buy things related to the house, like repairing the items, hammers, nails, and all that stuff. Oh, handyman stuff. Okay. Yeah. So this is your favorite. So are you trying to say that this is your favorite store? And we talked about the bookstore, the toy store, the bookstore where you buy books, toy store where you buy toys, and a sporting goods store where you buy Nike, Adidas items, candy store where you buy candies. Got me right-handed. Okay. Drugstore where you buy medicine and care products, skincare, hair care products. Stationery store where you buy things related to reading and writing, for example, pens, pencils, staplers, erasers, rulers, and all that stuff. Pet supply store where you buy things for your pet, cat, dog, bird, fish. Gift shop where you buy a gift for someone. Hair salon, nail salon, fitness center, movie theater, where you watch movies, arcade where you play games, and cafes where you drink, eat, fast food. Okay, this is in the food court. And we talked about the food court where you go and sit down and eat. Okay. Do you guys want to add anything or you want to ask about anything? Why? Why do you want to see my hair? Why are you interested in my hair, brother? This is to evaluate your hair surgery, but I don't want to evaluate my hair surgery. Hi, Pichao. Pichao. You guys have any questions about malls or shopping or both or neither? uh, Alright, do you guys have any questions? Lino, Amula, all of the guys and girls who are in the live. If you guys have any question, go ahead. Do you guys want me to quiz you guys so I can provide you with the description of the store and you name the store? Mall shopping, yes. So my journey from to mall shopping. uh, someone dropped that comment in my life and he said like Kahraba's journey from causal infinitism to mall shopping. uh, the guy gotta do what the guy gotta do, man. Alright, any questions about mall shopping? Shopping, mall. If you guys like want to dig in one of the stores, so we can dive in and explore it further. Hello, I want to study English. How can I start? Right. Okay, if Arabic is your first language, I have a live which is available on my YouTube channel, which is English with, it goes by the same name, English with Karaba. Exactly, man. I mean, like I'm here to stay. I'm وقاعد داخلك يقول لك كده عاملين انزل لك الديب هوف هوف. and his name is Khair, so he's trying to live up to his name. Um, so I have a live on YouTube, and it's called إنجليزي من زيرو لهيرو. It's in Arabic, and there I provide all of the materials and the resources that will help you along the way and guiding you through the process. I have no idea. ما عنديش أي فكرة الصراحة. آه، ايه تاني؟ عندي بقى رحلتي انا الشخصيه في الانجليزي، تعلم الانجليزي. It's also another it's another live on YouTube, and it's called how to learn English the right way، حاجه زي كده، او بالعربي اعتقد هو متسجل. ف you can watch these two lives. Thank you thank you, your content it's good. An English teacher? Yes, I'm an English teacher. I try to teach English. Any let's not answer any questions in Arabic. Okay, sure. Yeah, that's wise. I get more questions asking about my previous life. Actually, yeah, my previous life than my current life. uh, and I'm like, guys, I mean, when it comes to reincarnation, your memories of your past life um, get erased. So you kind of like start a brand new, man. You have no recollection of the past. uh, anyways, any other questions that you guys have that are about English? Alright, should I end the live? Oh, good question. Do I have any malls X? I I don't like. Okay, so a brother asked a good question. He said, do I have any pet peeves when it comes to the mall? Like, is there anything that annoys me at the mall? Uh, the noise, the crowdedness of the mall, I think. Yeah, like the mall is crowded. If the mall is crowded, that annoys me. If if um if there's too much noise in the mall, that would be very annoying. Yeah. And if I have to wait online to order food, for example, some malls that you have to wait online to order, uh, for, like in the food court, so that would be very annoying. Uh, what else? The slippery floor is mine. The slippery floor. Yeah, I mean, sure. Uh, the slippery floor. If the bathroom is not clean, but this is a general pet peeve, not just malls. I mean, in any place with a dirty bathroom is annoying. Uh, I'm trying to think of past experiences with malls. Yeah, I can't think of anything. Noise, too many people, and the people handling napkins. Yeah. And if also is the mall if the mall is if it's like a one level mall, so some malls don't like expand vertically, they expand horizontally, so they're like spread out on a piece of ground. What I hate about those kind of malls is that you have to walk a lot to get from one point to another. Unlike the more like the spread upward kind of malls where they have like different stories and you can just take the elevator or the escalator to get from one floor to the next. And so I prefer those kind of malls because there's that one time I went to a mall uh and the mall was just like one level, just one level I think, like, or two levels. And so it was a very uh wide mall, and in order to get from one entrance to another, like you gotta walk a lot, and that was very annoying. What's the difference between incident and accident? So incident is like an example or an instance of something, but an accident is like when something bad happens. For example, like a car hitting another car. That's an accident, but not incident. And then an incident, for example, of like I met Hassanin. So that was like an incident, uh, or like an event that took place. It's also an incident. Any other questions that you guys have? Thanks. Bye. I have 10 more minutes, then I have to go. So if you guys have any, yes, I don't know why they don't use travelators like airports. Well, what's a travelator? Sounds interesting. What's a travelator? Travelator. Ah, like the conveyor belt? A horizontal escalator. Yeah, yeah. It's called travelator. Nice. G- Thank you for teaching me this word. Yeah, they didn't have a travelator, so I had to walk from one entrance to meet my friends at another entrance, and that's very because that reminds me of my beef or my problem with some of the clubs. And sometimes I go to play a soccer game at a sports club, and it's like a fancy sports club, so it has a lot of gates. And you just get dropped off at the wrong gate, and you are screwed for the next 30 minutes. So they drop you. There's that one big sports club here in Cairo, and if you get dropped off at like gate one, and then maybe like the stadium is by gate um, 7, and then you have to walk 6 gates in order to get from 1 to 7. And what makes bad things worse is sometimes like you want to order an Uber or a scooter um, to get you from this gate to the other, but the maps don't register the gates. Like you can't find the gates on the map, and then you have to walk. Or you have to be aware, or like you have to know exact. Yeah, and yeah, I'm not finna like lose 5 pounds, 15 pounds to meet a friend. Yeah, if I have to lose 15 pounds to meet a friend, then we can't be friends. Uh, so you have to know which store is next to which gate, and then you can put the stores, not the gates. You can put the stores as you drop off and pick up points. Alright, any questions that you guys have about malls, shopping, Mall of Egypt? So I haven't been to this one, and the one I was thinking about is another one in October, but it's not this one. And I think it's Galleria or a mall next to Galleria. And I went there once, and yeah, and it just a one story mall. And I mean it's not. I mean it's technically a two-story mall, and they have to walk a lot to get from one place to another. Mall of Egypt is a nightmare. Yeah, I haven't been there. I haven't had a reason to go there. And now I don't think I will have a reason. How can I say? You can say nothing. مشتاقين. ربنا يخليك يا أحمد. حبيبي. How can I say it? Okay, so how can you say it? How can you say what? Complete the question, brother. How can you say what? The other or shaking. Uh, okay. I have no comment. Soldier boy. No, no, you're good. You're good. It took me like 2 seconds to register what you said, and then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, this is life, man. اتصل ما فيش. لا ما فيش. في بقى القناة بتاعت تعليم اللغة الإنجليزية لغير المتحدثين بيها. ف غير المتحدثين بيها as a first language، ومفيدة. هتتعلم منها حاجات وتطور من اللغة وت find a job and live an amazing life. Any other questions that you guys have? Karen Drew? Okay. I think I know you, but I feel like I know you, but I can't tell who you are. كل التوفيق والنجاح. Thank you, Ahmed. Oh, okay. So not okay. So I remember you. I remember you from one of my classes. Yes. Okay. So it's you. Right. Yes. خلاص قشطة. We need to review in Crocs. I think this is a small niche, and I think it has a high chance of succeeding. We can review. I didn't expect that. No, no. I remember people. I remember some people, especially if something. Like if like especially if like we had an interesting conversation, then I would remember the person. If we had an interesting conversation, and we need. Philosophy was a niche subject, but this one went down the drain. This ship has sailed, man. We're trying to find another ship. uh, so we're gonna review. Actually, I wanted before the going back to like teaching before starting teaching English or going back to teaching English because I've had that channel for a few years now. I wasn't just I wasn't just I just wasn't consistent with uploading. Um, I wanted to review movies and TV series. I've really wanted to review them in a very interesting way. But then I'm like, yeah, gotta gotta like create a longer distance. I wanted to, but it's not. It's you know I can't. It it's a bit close to the other one, so this is why I decided to go with the English one. Maybe along the way, while teaching, I can suggest some good movies and TV shows, TV series for you guys to watch and enjoy. And maybe I can comment on them. Any any questions, suggestions or anything? By the way, I upload videos every Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, 5 p.m. Cairo time or like Egypt time. So don't forget to check out my content. And I go live inconsistently, like every now and then. It depends on a lot of factors. It depends on my soccer trainings, my work, my mood, and my studying, because I study. And so yeah, it's not consistent, but I really want to make it consistent. Sorry, I got a call. What else? Any good books to make my English better? I'm like C1. Uh, nearby. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't recommend books, but if you're into reading, so I have a list of, and I'm gonna make a separate live on this, just to go in more depth in those books and the content of the books. So um I had Gemini generate a list of 100, 200 fiction books and non-fiction books, and I'm gonna share the two lists with you guys, and also suggest or recommend the books that I've already read. I'm trying to buy time to hit the 1 hour mark on YouTube. We got 11 more minutes to go, guys. So let's fill this with whatever. Welcome, welcome, Osama. Ya Allah. Any favorite YouTubers? I've created a list and I shared the list with the people in a live by the name of what did I name the live? رحلة ازاي تتعلم انجليزي من زيرو لهيرو. And I put all of the links in the Telegram group. So by the way guys, if you haven't joined the Telegram group, go ahead, join it. Or at least have it in your search, so that way whenever I drop something you can go check it out. And it's called English with Kahraba, same name. Uh, and there I shared some of أكتر كتاب تأثرت بيه. I don't remember. Or I don't want to answer that question. And there I shared a few podcasts that I like. What's the best TV series you have ever watched? Breaking Bad, right? I haven't watched Breaking Bad, unfortunately. Actually, the best series I've watched is no, I'm not gonna share this one. I'm gonna share a different one. So the second best series is How I Met Your Mother. شلون تعلمت انجليزي جزعاني والله ودي اتعلم مش قادرة. You're not a movie nerd. I'm not a movie nerd? Yeah, I'm not a movie nerd. That's true. We won't accept the second one, bro. Okay. I'm not saying the first one. Yeah. So we are in a catch 22, and you're not accepting the second one. I'm not saying the first one because people would think that I'm trying to promote something wrong that goes against our values. So I'm not gonna say the first one. I'm just gonna stick with the second one. Yeah, How I Met Your Mother. I love this series, and I also like The Good Place. Yeah, it's an amazing series. I love it. Actually, the another series that I love is Black Mirror. Is it mirrors or just one mirror? I think it's Black Mirror. Yeah. Can you guess? Yeah, go ahead, guess. الله يرحمه. باسم سمرة. Have you guys watched this clip? انا في حد قال لي برضه زيك guess الله يرحمه. Whenever I wanna get like a very cheap laugh, I go watch this. You can send me on the back channel. No, it did? Oh, okay. Any hints? No. انا مش ده والله تموتوا تموتوا والله بس لا مش مش هنولها لكم. Okay. Oh, Black Mirror. Oh, okay, man. ايه ده؟ When did I get carried away? ماشي. Sorry guys. I got lost in thought. the, the best mute ever. The art of muting other people. Those are the TV series. How I Met Your Mother, uh, Black Mirror, The Good Place. Yeah, a few good movies. So- what what's seven? Wait, is this a name of a TV show? Hold on. Oh, okay. So yeah, I didn't know this. So okay. So no, I did not watch it. Unfortunately, I didn't know Seven. No, I don't. So it's a TV series, and it came out in 2023. It's about seven friends from university living in a group, and they say, well, I have to. Is it on Netflix? It's a movie. Okay. Good. Ah, okay. So is it on Netflix or where is it? Where can I find it? Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey. I think I've heard that name before. I've heard that name accused of something before. uh, movie. Oh, I think it's on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, I think it's available on YouTube. Wait, oh, this one came out in like in 1000 in 1995. Okay, so no, I was looking at a different one because the one that came up in initially in the search was a movie that came out. Oh, it was a TV series that came out in 2023. But seven, okay, so seven is Brad Pitt is starring Brad Pitt, Freeman, and Kevin Spacey. Okay, how's it going, bro? I'm good. Bit worried about you. Glad you're okay. I'm doing fine. No, no, the one by Kevin Spacey is Seven, and it came out in 1995. What a man called Usual Suspects. Okay, brother, focus. Usual Suspects. I've heard about this one. I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, I'm familiar with the Usual Suspects. So what is that? Do you know where I can find it? I think it's on Daily Motion. Yeah, it's on Daily. Yeah, I found it on Daily Motion. Okay, nice. So I'm gonna watch it and thank you later. How about I thank you now? Okay. But it's not on the list I generated on Gemini because I've generated a list of all of like 300 intellectually stimulating movies, and I don't know, I don't recall seeing it on the list. Or maybe if I go back and check carefully, I'll find it. So the Gemini, when I asked them to generate the list, they provided me with a few movies that I have heard about, but I haven't watched. I hadn't watched until recently. Uh, for example, Blade Runner. I had always heard or been familiar with this movie, but I've only recently watched it. The Seventh Seal, no. Stalker, no. I haven't watched those yet. Ex Machina. I don't know if it's Machina or Machina. I don't know how you guys pronounce it, like Ex Machina or Ex Machina. I think it's Ex Machina. I've watched that one and I enjoyed it a lot. Uh, and I heard it has a second part. Machina. Okay, so it's Ex Machina. The ones I also have watched in the past. Yariham, Hamle. How are you doing? I've watched The Matrix, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, A Clockwork Orange, and The Seventh Seal. But any movie that it's that like whose original language is not English, and they have to watch it with the subtitles, I lose interest in the movie because I don't like reading subtitles while watching a movie. It distracts from focusing on the scenes. Wake and Life, the Truman Show. I've watched those. My Dinner with Andre is a very interesting movie that I've watched recently. Memento, I've watched that one a long time ago. Inception, ish. Truman Show is a must. I've watched the Truman Show, and I bet the it reminds me of the Brain in a Vat. So it's like, but he's not a brain in a vat. He's just a character in a movie or in a TV, in a reality TV, and he didn't know that. And who's Meha? And Meha, do you have a question? Do you like the mind twist movies like Shutter Island and Memento? I like uh Underrated. ماشي. I like. I've watched both, but I've enjoyed the Memento more. Okay, so hold on. Let me end the live on YouTube, and then I'm gonna accept your request.